Hello most amazing top teners, how are you beauties doing today? Well, I hope. I'm Rebecca Felgate, and today we are indulging our fantasies by talking the top 10 things that only billionaires can afford. Which is, I guess, good to know, as that will totally be us one day. Right? So let's get things started off nice and casually and talk about what billionaires could eat for lunch. Coming in at number 10, we have the Louis XIII pizza. Coming in at the frankly pretty affordable price of just $12,000, I guess affordable for a billionaire anyway, the Louis XIII pizza is made up of luxury ingredients. Created by a world-famous Italian chef Renato Viola, the certified most expensive pizza in the world is just 20 centimeters in diameter. It has a dough made of organic flour with Australian pink salt from the Murray River, as well as natural yeast. The toppings include a selection of famous caviars, including the prestigious Beluga Caviar Caspia, as well as red prawns, lobsters, mantis, one of the world's best cognacs, the Remy Martin Louis XIII, champagne, and organic buffalo mozzarella. Oh, and the chefs come over to your house to make it 72 hours before serving. So there's that. The problem is that it only feeds two, so if you're wanting to throw a lunch for a few people, you'll need to be ready to slap down even more cash. From the most expensive pizza in the world to the most expensive watch, coming on in at number 9. This is, of course, the Super Ice Cube Chopard watch. Jenny from the block, move on over. The Super Ice Cube Chopard Swiss watch has diamonds for days. In the Guinness Book of Records as the most expensive new watch in the world, timekeeping is the least impressive thing this watch has going for it. Thousands of diamonds literally cover the watch, totaling 66.16 carats. This includes 288 trapeze cut diamonds and 16 center stones. This piece of undoubted bling will set you back $1.1 million, which, wow. Although if a new watch isn't your bag and you want a more expensive vintage piece, the most expensive watch ever sold is the Henry Graves Super Complication timepiece. This sold at auction for $24 million in 2015. Bucks. It may seem like we have discussed some pretty expensive items so far, but they're practically free compared to everything else on our list. Next up at number 8, proof that money can't buy you class, we have a solid gold and diamond encrusted iPhone 5 case. Back in 2013, British designer Stuart Hughes created a $15 million solid gold bodied diamond encrusted Apple iPhone 5. Commissioned by a businessman from Hong Kong, the phone featured 600 white flawless diamonds with full gold dressing for the sides. It also had a solid gold Apple logo with 53 flawless diamonds. The whole phone had 135 grams of 24 karat gold for the main body and a 26 karat black diamond for the home button. Blimey. Of all of the things to pimp, my iPhone probably wouldn't be number 1. To those that care, iPhones get very old very quickly. Although I guess that money is no option for this businessman who used to carry around this literal treasure. Coming in at number 7, we have the $30 million bikini. One bikini I don't imagine you would want to do too much swimming in because diamonds in the water. What happens if they float away? Then again, if you are a billionaire, diamonds could be pretty expendable to you. Susan Rowson's diamond bikini is in the Guinness Book of Records as the most expensive piece of lingerie ever created. This was a title previously held by the Victoria's Secret Red Hot Fantasy bra, which was valued at $15 million and worn on the runway by Gisele Bündchen. Don't get me wrong, I love a good extravagant jewel, but what happens if your undies break in the heat of the moment and you're like, dude, you owe me $30 million. Okay, we've had lunch, we've got a watch, we've bought some pretty ridiculous underwear. What now? Surely we need a sweet ride to show off just how much money we have. Am I right? In at number 6, we have the 1963 Ferrari. It is all about a vintage wagon, absolutely. In October 2013, a 1963 Ferrari 250 GTO Racer officially became the world's most expensive car. This sold at auction for a whopping $52 million. The classic red sports car was previously owned by American collector Paul Pappalardo. This was then bought on by an anonymous buyer in a private transaction. I mean, it is actually pretty darn beautiful. Although I have to say you would need to be making some serious bucks to be able to splurge on this car. The most expensive new cars that you can buy are the Koenigsegg CC-XR Trevita and the Lamborghini Veneno. These both come in at over $4.5 million, so just a fraction of a cost of the Ferrari. So now you have something sweet to park in your driveway, but no billionaire is complete without a famous piece of art to their name, and that is exactly what is coming in at number 5. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, we need a famous piece of artwork. Some art is truly priceless, but every now and then a very respectable piece becomes available for sale. This is where the billionaires need to strike while the iron is hot. Damien Hirst's Shark in Formaldehyde, known also as the physical impossibility of death in the mind of someone living, sold for $12 million to Stephen A. Cohen. However, that is a mere drop in the shark-infested water for many billionaires. The most a piece of art has ever sold for is Willem de Kooning's Interchange at $300 million. This was brought by a billionaire hedge fund manager, Kenneth C. Griffin. Prior to that, one of the most expensive art pieces ever sold was a Jackson Pollock that fetched $200 million. Moving on to number 4, we have the most expensive piece of jewelry ever sold, the Blue Moon of Josephine ring. Billionaire property tycoon Joseph Lau spent a record $48.4 million buying a 12.03 carat diamond dubbed the Blue Moon. This was for his 7-year-old daughter, and he purchased it in an auction in Geneva. He promptly renamed it the Blue Moon of Josephine after his daughter. Just because he can. 7 years old and the owner of the most expensive ring in the world. Like, some people's lives are very different to ours. No self-respecting billionaire comes complete without an island, which is what we have right here at number 3. Most islands retail for around $40 million, but some are as cheap as $5 million. However, the most expensive island sold is Lanai Island at $500 million, and that was actually only for 98% of it. The 8th richest person in the world, Oracle founder and CEO Larry Ellison, bought 98% of Hawaii's 6th largest island. The other 2% is owned by the state of Hawaii. The island has its own airport and is surrounded by pristine beaches, as well as a town with a population of 3,000. Ellison has said that he would like to make Lanai the first 100% economically green community, and I guess he can totally afford to implement that. There is one pretty huge thing that you can buy that we haven't mentioned yet, and that is a place to keep all of your fancy things. That's right, a house. But of course, for billionaires, they aren't just gonna pick any house. In at number 2, we have a villa fit for a literal king on the French Riviera. Say hello to Villa Leopolda. When I say fit for a king, I really mean it. This is the former residence of Belgian King Leopold II, who gave the chateau its name. The expansive piece of real estate was placed on the market in 2016 for €1 billion, so that's almost 1.1 billion US dollars. The property has 10 bedrooms, an Olympic-sized swimming pool, a ballroom, and 35 acres of manicured lawns. I don't believe that this house has sold yet, so if you're watching this and you're a billionaire, go get 'em, Tiger. Just remember, I'm basically like your realtor and I need just like a teeny tiny small fee of, say, 1%. Okay, so we are here at numero uno. What possibly could be more expensive than a house for a king or queen? Well, we have a super fancy yacht that then could make you kings or queens of the ocean. So what we have right here is a huge honey called the Streets of Monaco, and is actually classed as a super yacht. This yacht is still in the planning stage and will likely be over $1 billion to buy when it's built. It will come complete with a go-kart track, luxury rooms for 16 guests, a 3-floor main apartment for the yacht owner, and a mini waterfall. Because who needs the ocean when you could have your own personal waterfall, right? The current most expensive yacht in existence is the Chelsea Football Club Roman Abramovich's Eclipse, which comes with its own helipad and submarine. Wow! So guys, that was pretty eye-opening. I'm not sure if I'll ever come close to being able to afford anything on this list, including the pizza. But you know what? Papa John's is absolutely fine for me. So that was the top 10 most expensive things that only billionaires can buy. If you're watching and you're a billionaire, like, how many of these things do you have? Let me know in the comments section down below. Shout out, billionaire friends. But for the rest of us mere mortals, what would you guys like from this list? Let me know in the comment section down below. Also, if you would like a part 2 to this list, shout me out, because actually there are endless things that pretty much only billionaires can buy. I've been Rebecca Felgate. I'm not a billionaire yet, but do you know what? Why not give us a good thumbs up, share this video with a friend, and subscribe to Most Amazing Top 10, then maybe eventually one day we'll all be billionaires. See you next time.